Hello students, we are doing chapter number 3 and the name of the chapter is India's Defense System. So we have seen what is national security, then we have seen ways to safeguard national security, then which are the then India's security system which consists of the army, the navy, the air force. See the army, the navy, and the air force. What are these? These are the three forces of India's security system. All this we have seen. Then we have also seen what is paramilitary forces. Okay, which includes the border security force, coast guard, central reserve force, rapid action force. They are what? They are some of our paramilitary forces. So we have also seen what is National Cadet Corps, and we have also seen about Home Guards. Today we'll see challenges to India's security. Now what are the challenges our country India is facing? Right from the time of independence, Pakistan and China have tried to threaten India's national security. So, from the time of independence and now also, we can see how we are having small conflicts with Pakistan and China. There are several disputes. Disputes means what? Conflict, a fight between India and Pakistan. For example, the Kashmir issue, disputes over river water sharing, the problem of ill filtration disputes over the border. So all these problems we are facing today also. India has continually tried to solve these issues through discussions and negotiations. So our country, India, has tried, and today also it is trying to solve the disputes between India and Pakistan. India and China are important countries in Asia. In 1962, we have had to go to a war with China. So, in the year 1962, we had a war with China, as China is trying to establish its own hegemony over countries that are India's neighbors. So, China is trying to show its control or power on India's neighbors. There are tensions in Sino-Indian relations. There is also a dispute between India and China over their borders. So today also you might be seeing in the news or reading in newspapers that we are having a small issues with India and China. India's security is not only threatened by outside powers but also from within. So outside powers also are trying to trouble us, and there are problems within our country also. It is not just the difference between external security and internal security that is important anymore. Religion, regionalism, several rebellion movements based on ideology, race, ethnicity, and economic inequality are creating instability. So we have got conflicts within also, like for example due to religion or regionalism, then due to some various race we are having conflicts within our country. For example, the Naxalite movement is a threat to India's internal security. We have seen in the previous chapter about the Naxalite movement. Terrorism is the biggest challenge to India's internal security. So today, what is the biggest challenge is of terrorism. You know what you mean by terrorism. Terrorist people, they come from other countries and they try to attack our country. It is a global problem and India is making efforts to end terrorism. So it is a global problem everywhere in the country it is happening. Now, human security. In the post-Cold War period, the concept of national security changed and became broader. National security is not just the security of the country but also of the people living in it. So, people who are living. Okay. So, what is national security is not just the security of the country but also of the people living it. So, not only our country is being protected but also people are also protected. It is because security is ultimately for the people. So it is a compulsion or it's a compulsory protecting the people. Hence, human security refers to human centric thinking. In human security, it is expected that human beings should be protected from all sorts of dangers, and they should be given the opportunity of education, health and development. So who should be given opportunity of education, health and development? Every people who are staying in the country of India. The concept of human security also includes the idea that a conducive means what? A suitable environment should be created for everybody to live a respectable life by overcoming illiteracy, poverty, superstition, backwardness, etc. So, how we will able to solve this problem? Only by overcoming illiteracy. Everybody should be educated. Poverty, there should be no poor. Superstition, people should not have any blind faith, etc. Human sec Human security necessitates the protection of the rights of minorities and weaker sections. So those people who fall under minorities, even they should be protected. See, today also we are having issues regarding minorities and weaker section. There are morchas, there are strike regarding rights for minorities. Now, challenges to human security. Now, what are the challenges to human security? The biggest challenge to human security is that of terrorism. Terrorism targets common innocent people. Terrorist people, they target the innocent people. It aims at creating terror or fear in their minds so that they begin to feel insecure. So what these terrorists do, they create a fear in the minds of people so that people should feel insecure. Thus, in order to protect human security, it is necessary to put an end to this terrorism. So, how terrorism can be ended? Only if human security is being protected. Only if people are protected. Second problem, pollution and other changes in the environment are threatened human life. So even pollution, okay, environment is being threatened. Diseases like AIDS, chikungunya, swine flu, Ebola have presented a big challenge. So all these things are become a big challenge how we can protect our country. And besides this disease, today we have got one more disease, that is coronavirus. How we can treat people and how our people can be treated. Protecting human beings from such disease is also considered as a factor of human security. So all this sickness, all this disease should be completely taken out. Then only our human beings can be security. So what we have studied in this chapter, we have seen in this chapter the India's defense system. And we also have tried to understand the challenges in the concept of security from national security to human security. So in this chapter, we have also seen from national security to human security how everybody can be protected. So hope so students you have understood this lesson. Thank you.